Xing Fei breaks her silence. The secret child Yu Menglong left behind. In the glittering yet shadowy world of Chinese entertainment, where smiles hide knives and spotlights conceal secrets, Xing Fei stepped forward. Her voice, once soft and reserved, cracked the silence like thunder on a clear night. "He left behind more than memories," she whispered in her first public interview since the tragedy. "Yu Menglong left behind a child. Our child." The internet exploded. Fans who mourned the 37-year-old actor's sudden death in September 2025 now faced a revelation that rewrote everything they thought they knew. Was this love story the greatest hidden romance in cdrama history, or the darkest chapter in an industry rotten with power, control, and unspeakable sacrifices? It began innocently enough, or so it seemed. Yu Menglong and Xing Fei first crossed paths on a drama set years ago. Sparks flew amid scripted lines and stolen glances. Colleagues noticed the chemistry but dismissed it as professional. Behind closed doors, however, two souls connected in ways no camera could capture. Yu, with his brooding intensity and effortless charm, carried the weight of fame like chains. Xing Fei, radiant and resilient, became his sanctuary. Their love was forbidden by contracts, jealous co-stars, and an industry that devours its own. Late-night texts turned into secret meetings in hidden Beijing apartments. "You are my escape," he once told her, according to her tearful recounting. The bombshell, their son. Conceived in the height of passion and fear. Xing Fei discovered her pregnancy during a time when Yu's career was under immense pressure. "We knew the world couldn't know," she revealed. Paparazzi hounds, controlling agencies, and powerful figures loomed. They chose secrecy to protect the innocent life growing inside her. She carried the burden alone for months, filming through nausea and heartbreak while Yu juggled grueling schedules. Ultrasound photos were deleted almost immediately. Baby clothes hidden in plain sight among fan gifts. The child was born in a private clinic under false names, whisked away to a quiet province while parents maintained public facades. Yu Menglong never held his son in public, but his private messages paint a portrait of a devoted father. Videos sent late at night. "Look at him smile, that's your strength, little one." Toys delivered anonymously. Plans for a future where they could be a family far from the industry's claws. But fate had other plans. As rumors of his parties and mysterious associations swirled, Yu grew distant yet more protective. "Don't wait for me," became his haunting refrain in final communications. September 11, 2025. The official story: a tragic accident or suicide at a gathering. But Xing Fei's words peeled back layers of deception. She speaks of frantic calls, cryptic warnings, and a man fighting invisible battles. "He knew too much," she claims. About the parties, the favors demanded, the control. The secret child became both anchor and target. Threats whispered in the dark: "Keep quiet or the boy disappears too." Mind-blowing connections emerged. Shell companies, linked names, and powerful families allegedly pulling strings. Yu was reportedly trapped in exploitative contracts, pressured for services, to elite guests. Xing Fei breaks down, describing how love became a liability. Their son, living proof of a humanity the machine tried to erase. Months of mourning in silence. Then the floodgates opened. In an emotional livestream watched by millions, Xing Fei showed a tiny handprint, a lock of hair, and a letter Yu wrote for his son on his 3rd birthday. "Daddy loves you from the stars," it read. The comments section crashed. Hashtags like #Justice for Yu Menglong and #XingFeiTruth trended globally. Speculation ran wild. Blurred photos leaked. A boy with Yu's sharp eyes and Xing Fei's gentle smile. Now around 4 or 5 years old, depending on exact timeline, he lives under protection. Xing Fei vows he will know his father was a hero, not a victim. Not everyone celebrated the revelation. Former co-stars distanced themselves. Rumors of planted girlfriends and surveillance. Yet loyal friends emerged, sharing stories of Yu's kindness, his secret philanthropy, and quiet resistance. Lawyers mobilized. Xing Fei demands reopened investigations. The secret child inherits not just DNA but potential claims on estates, royalties, and justice. Court documents hint at millions in hidden assets tied to the boy's future. Online sleuths connected dots. Old Weibo posts, deleted photos, timeline inconsistencies. One viral thread claimed the child was hidden since birth to shield him from ritualistic pressures in elite circles. Another suggested reincarnation vibes from Yu's drama roles bleeding into reality. From fragile actress to fierce mother and truth-teller. She resumed filming but breaks character to cry on set, remembering her lost love. Every scene feels like him, she confessed. Her strength inspired countless women in similar hidden relationships. Don't wait for me. Analyzed by cryptographers and heartbroken fans. Was it despair? A warning? Or a promise of return in spirit? Xing Fei believes it was protection. He didn't want us dragged into his hell. The story crossed borders. K-drama fans drew parallels. Hollywood whispered about similar cover-ups. Documentaries in production. The secret child became a symbol of hope amid tragedy, proof that love persists. Alleged diaries, voice recordings, and financial trails. One explosive claim: you recorded conversations at that fatal gathering. True, it could topple careers. Xing Fei holds the key, guarded for her son's safety. Educated in secrecy, shielded by bodyguards and loyal nannies. Plans for a normal life, perhaps one day entering entertainment on his terms. He has his father's talent, Xing Fei smiles through tears. Links to higher powers, birthday coincidences, and sacrificed careers for luck rituals. While unproven, the details chill. 17 people at the party denying knowledge, conflicting alibis, rapid company dissolutions. Xing Fei channels grief into new projects honoring you. A drama rumored to mirror their story. Fans create art, songs, and petitions. The child, unknowingly, becomes muse for a generation demanding accountability. In her most powerful chapter yet, Xing Fei addresses the world. This isn't just about us. It's about every artist silenced, every child born in shadows. We break the cycle now. Yu Menglong didn't just leave a secret child. He left a legacy of love, resistance, and unanswered questions that will fuel investigations for years. Xing Fei's courage ensures their son grows up knowing the truth. In the end, the brightest stars burn briefly but leave the deepest light. The world watches. The silence is broken. And somewhere, a little boy with his father's eyes plays, unaware that his existence shook an empire. Deep in the shadows of that fateful night, whispers claim Yu Menglong clutched more than just regrets. Insiders speaking anonymously to Xing Fei revealed he carried an encrypted USB drive, loaded with names, dates, transfers, and videos from the darkest corners of the industry. He told me it was insurance, Xing Fei confides in a tear-streaked recording. For us. For our son. The drive allegedly documented elite gatherings where favors were traded like currency and careers were bought and sold. When it vanished after his fall, the real hunt began, not for justice but for silence. Yu Menglong's own mother, initially urging the public to stop speculating, has reportedly met with Xing Fei in secret. In one emotional encounter described by close sources, she held a photo of her grandson and whispered, "He has Menglong's fire." The grandmother's public statements masked a private war, fighting agencies while protecting the boy's identity. This alliance between the two women became the backbone of a quiet resistance against forces that wanted the truth buried with you. The story leaped borders. Netflix scouts circled for docuseries rights. Human rights groups in the West referenced the case in reports on entertainment industry exploitation. A prominent U.S. commentator dropped a bombshell episode linking patterns in multiple celebrity deaths. Xing Fei received encrypted messages of support from global stars who dared not speak openly. "Your courage lights the way," one Oscar winner allegedly texted. Now approaching school age, the secret son uttered his first public adjacent milestone in a protected video Xing Fei treasures. Baba, the Chinese word for daddy. She played it on a low-volume live stream, voice breaking as she described teaching him about the man whose eyes he inherited. Fans sent custom storybooks, animated tributes, and even proposals for a foundation in Yu's name dedicated to protecting children of artists. The innocence of one child pierced through layers of cynicism. Not all allies remained loyal. A former co-star who once toasted their hidden love allegedly leaked location hints to tabloids for a payout. Xing Fei details late-night warnings and hacked phones. "They wanted me isolated, broken," she reveals. Yet this only steeled her resolve. Private investigators hired by her team uncovered a web of NDAs and payoffs stretching back years, painting Yu as a man who refused the final favor that would have sealed his freedom. Online communities transformed into digital detective agencies. They dissected deleted Weibo posts, matching timestamps with ultrasound dates. One group found a necklace Yu wore in his final photos, matching one gifted to Xing Fei during her pregnancy. Another decoded, "Don't wait for me" as coordinates to a safe deposit box. Mind-blowing theories emerged. Reincarnation nods from his drama roles, astrological alignments on the night of his death, and even claims of ritual significance tied to powerful birthdays. Lawyers filed motions to access party attendee records, toxicology reports, and building CCTV. Xing Fei, as the child's representative, pushed for DNA-confirmed inheritance rights that could unlock frozen accounts worth tens of millions. Court leaks suggested conflicting blood alcohol levels and unexplained injuries. "This isn't about money," she stated. "It's about proving he fought until the end for his family." Grief evolved into mission. Xing Fei established a quiet support network for young actresses facing similar pressures. Secret pregnancies, controlling contracts, silenced voices. She resumed select projects but infused every role with subtle tributes. A lullaby hummed on screen, a child's drawing in the background. Directors noted her transformed presence, calling it hauntingly authentic. Her son, kept from cameras, became her unseen co-star in this real-life drama. In the most chilling chapter yet, alleged audio from spirit communication sessions, circulated in underground forums, captured a voice eerily like Yu's. Warnings about unfinished business and protection for the little dragon. While skeptics dismissed it, Xing Fei admitted playing the clips brought strange comfort. "If he's watching, I want him to know we won't stop." This fueled a new wave of spiritual and conspiracy content, blending grief with the supernatural in true viral fashion. Xing Fei's silence breaking has ignited something unstoppable. Petitions for independent probes gathered hundreds of thousands of signatures. The secret child stands as living proof that love outlasts contracts, falls, and cover-ups. Yu Menglong didn't just leave a son. He left a spark that threatens to burn down the old empire of shadows. In Xing Fei's own words from her latest message to fans, "They took his body but they cannot touch his legacy. Our boy will grow up free. And one day the full truth will set us all free." The world holds its breath. Hashtags evolve. Investigations deepen. And in a quiet, guarded home, a child with his father's eyes looks at the stars, unknowingly carrying the weight and the hope of an entire industry's awakening. In the wake of her revelations, Xing Fei found herself surrounded not just by grief, but by an invisible army of protectors and predators. Private security teams, some linked to loyal former staff of Yu Menglong, formed a perimeter around the hidden family. They watched the watchers, a source close to her revealed. One attempted breach at a safe house was thwarted when a mysterious tip-off warned of approaching vehicles. Was it Yu's lingering network of friends in high places or something more supernatural, fans now claim, his spirit guiding from beyond? The boy, now old enough to ask questions, reportedly calls one bodyguard Uncle Dragon, a subtle nod to his father's name that brings Xing Fei to tears. As legal teams dug deeper, hidden bank accounts and offshore trusts surfaced. Assets Yu had quietly funneled toward his son's future. Millions in royalties from dramas like The Love Lasts Two Minds were rerouted through shell companies. Xing Fei's lawyers presented evidence of attempts to freeze these funds post-death, allegedly by powerful agencies fearing inheritance claims. In one explosive hearing, a judge ordered partial disclosure, sending shockwaves through the industry. "This money isn't blood money," Xing Fei declared outside court. "It's a father's promise kept alive." From Southeast Asia to North America, fan clubs transformed into activist networks. Hashtag Justice for the Little Dragon trended alongside petitions with over 1 million signatures demanding independent autopsies and USB drive recovery. Celebrity allies in Korea and Japan subtly showed support through symbolic social media posts. One K-pop idol reportedly donated to a new foundation Xing Fei launched for vulnerable young talents. The secret child became a universal symbol, proof that even in darkness, innocence can spark revolution. Mind-blowing fan theories reached new heights when astrologers and numerologists pointed out eerie parallels. Yu Menglong's birth date aligning with historical figures known for tragic fates. Drama roles where he played reincarnated lovers mirroring his real-life protectiveness. Xing Fei herself admitted in a private recording that their son once pointed at a photo of Yu and said, "Baba flying," as if remembering the fall. Whether spiritual coincidence or something deeper, these stories fuel late-night YouTube deep dives that rack up millions of views overnight. In her most defiant appearance yet, Xing Fei stood before cameras holding a single red envelope, symbolizing luck and legacy, meant for her son's future milestones. "They thought ending his life would end our story," she proclaimed, voice steady despite the tears. "But a secret child carries the flame. Our love, his fight, and this truth will outlive every contract, every threat, every lie." The empire of silence trembles. Investigations gain momentum. And in a sunlit room far from prying eyes, a boy laughs, plays and grows, unknowingly writing the next chapter in a saga that has captivated the world. Yu Menglong's greatest role wasn't on screen. It was as a father who left behind not just memories, but a living legacy ready to shake the stars themselves.